what's up everyone, the Dan Sandwich here, and today I'm going to do something a little bit different, playing a game that I haven't played on this channel yet. The game that I've been playing a lot of lately is called Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. And I've really been enjoying it. It kind of tickles that weird like Zen niche in my brain, where you're just like dismantling and reassembling stuff, kind of like virtual Legos in a way. But these are some of the cars I've built already. As you can see, this is not a Nissan Skyline R32, and that is not a Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution. But today, I'm not going to be focusing on the cars that I've already built in this game. I'm going to be focusing on this car, which is not a Pontiac GTO. But as you can see, it is in need of some work. And what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be building a drag racer, a car with a lot of horsepower that can go very fast in a straight line. Something that I've wanted to do in this game, but I haven't done yet, because these cars are more about like handling and speed around a track. I want something that can go really fast in a straight line, and this car I'm going to do it with. So as you can see, I'm going to be needing to do a lot of work with this car. But that's what I'm going to do today. I'm gonna rebuild this car, put a really big, very powerful engine in it, and see how fast I can make it go. So yeah, something a little bit different today than what I've done so far in this channel. But I thought, it's time to try some new stuff. So here we go. First things first, this thing needs to be washed. I've already spent a lot of time in this game, so I have my whole shop is fully upgraded. So I got all the stuff I need to take care of this car. Okay, so it's like a nice candy apple red underneath all of that dirt and rust, which is kind of cool. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it that color, if I'm gonna change it up, but we'll see once we get this thing all together. Let's move this car into the shop up on the car lift. I'm going to be taking off all the stuff on this thing, because as you can see, there's really nothing worth keeping on this car at all. So I'm going to do all of that. I'm going to repair what I can. And then I'm going to have to buy all the stuff that I can't. This engine's going to go completely, because I'm going to put a different engine in there, one with a supercharger, so I can really get a lot of speed in this thing. Let's get this thing up on the lift. The good thing is, it does have all four wheels, but I don't think I'm going to be keeping those wheels anyway. This is basically going to be a complete overhaul of this car. Alright, so let's lift this thing up and get the tires off, wheels off, and all the suspension bits, and disconnect the engine from everything so we can take the engine out and see what we can salvage from that engine. But like I said, I'm going to be putting a new engine in, so I likely won't keep much from the stock engine unless it can also be used in the new one. Alright, now that we got all the suspension bits out of the way, it's time to pull the engine out. Let me just make sure that there's no oil left in the engine before I do pull it out. Yep, there's a tiny bit of oil left in there. So let's move that back over there. Is there anything else I need to take off the engine before I take it out? Probably not. Okay, so let's drop it down a little bit. Let's go get the engine crane, pull it over there, and get this engine out of there. All right, with the engine out of the car, it's time to take the rest of these bits out of here, the radiator, some of the electronics and stuff like that. and then I will see what I can repair and what I can't repair. Okay, everything out of the Chieftain that I need to get out. Might as well pull these seats out while I'm at it, because I'm going to be taking those out eventually anyway, so there we go. Alright, so literally everything out of the Chieftain now. So let's see, let's get the welder over there and get the body in some better shape. There we go, looking a lot better already. So I don't think there was a whole lot on this car that I'm going to be able to repair. A lot of the parts were in really, really bad shape. So I might have to just buy a lot of this stuff brand new. Which is okay. Kind of a bummer sometimes when you can't repair anything on the car. But that's what happens when you buy these like salvage cars in this game. The good thing is I'm going to be able to salvage a lot of these parts, and that's going to give me more scrap that I can use to upgrade the vehicle as well. So that's actually going to be maybe helpful in the long run. I mean, look how bad this engine is. Like, it's completely rusted out. So yeah, I'm not going to be able to keep many of these parts, I think. But let me pull everything off of here and see what I can repair on this thing. The other thing, too, is a lot of the engine parts I'm going to be getting are going to be performance parts instead of, like, the basic stock ones as well. So, you know, even if I can repair it, it may not actually help me out too much. Alright, so now that we have the engine completely disassembled, I'm going to go over here and see what I can repair. Probably won't be much because this car was in really bad shape. Yeah. I literally can't repair anything that I pulled off of that car. That's crazy. So what I'm going to have to do then is I'm going to have to go out to the salvage area and just salvage those parts that I can use to make into scrap so that I can upgrade the engine completely. So maybe not the worst outcome for this situation. So I'm gonna go through. I have a couple, you know, I've got a lot of parts that I've salvaged from other vehicles that I've pulled apart and stuff like that. So I've got a lot here that I can salvage. So I'm gonna get to it. All right, after a really long time, and after my thumb now hurts after jamming the A button for so long, we have salvaged everything we could off of that vehicle. So that's done now. So yeah, I'm gonna have to completely rebuild this thing from scratch, which is kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. So let's go to the engine building stand again, and let's create a new engine. Let me double check to see which engines I can put in this thing. So we're going to be going with the V8 2-carb OHV supercharged, because that should be the most powerful engine we can put in this thing from stock. Yeah, so that's going to be the most powerful engine we can get in there from stock. So we're gonna start with that engine. We're going to build it up, and then gonna have to upgrade it with a scrap area as well. All right, so that makes things a little bit easier on myself. Instead of going through and building the whole engine, getting the parts I need, and then disassembling the whole engine, to upgrade them, I just went online, found a list of all the parts I needed to build that engine, and just bought all those parts. So now that I have all those parts in my inventory, I'm going to go back to the salvage container, and I'm going to upgrade all of these parts as much as I can. Now, as you can see, after I scrapped all that stuff, I have a lot more scrap now. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to upgrade everything to max, because it looks like a lot of this stuff takes a lot of scrap. But I'm going to do as much as I can. I'm going to get as much power out of this thing as I possibly can. Focusing first on like the parts that are already giving me a boost in power. Down to 37 scrap, so I can't really upgrade anything else now. But yeah, everything is upgraded to the point where I can. I want to buy the exhaust as well. Because here's what I want to do. I wonder how much of the stuff that I can paint. That's the other thing I don't think I've never done building one of these cars, is I've never like painted all this stuff. I think that'd be kind of fun to do that. And let's go to the paint shop and see what from the engine we can paint. So since this is gonna be something with a big like supercharger blower on top, you can kind of have a little bit of fun with the painting this stuff, because there's gonna be a lot of stuff we can paint, and you're gonna see a lot of the engine. So these are all the things we can paint. It looks like I was kind of surprised we can't paint the exhaust. That's interesting. But what I want to do is I want to paint as much of the engine like gold as I can, because I think that would look really, really cool if we do like a metallic. Can we get like a gold color? Yeah, that looks kind of gold. That looks pretty good. Let's do that. We're gonna color everything this color that we can, except maybe the clips. We're not gonna see those. Oh yeah, that looks cool. That looks really cool. But yeah, we're gonna do that for everything we can on the engine. I like the red pieces that are on the performance parts. Oh wait, I just painted that. And how they work with the gold, and it kind of makes like an Iron Man kind of theme going on. Oops, did not paint it the color I wanted to. There we go. All right, now that everything is painted, I'm gonna go back into the garage and put this engine together. It should look pretty awesome once everything is on there. All right, now it's complete, and look how awesome that looks. All in gold, with like the red valves on the blower. This looks sick. I wasn't sure if I was going to keep the car that candy apple red, but I think now with this, we got this kind of like Iron Man theme going on, with this engine being red and gold. I think we might have to keep that color the same. So let's get this off of the engine stand here and go ahead and put it into the car. See how that looks in there. Get that lower down. It's all engine 100% complete, so that's what we want it, obviously. And yeah, look how awesome that looks in there. Before we put anything else in there, obviously, we got a lot more work to do, but this is the biggest component and kind of the most important part of this build. Like I said, I'm trying to go with like the most horsepower possible. A little disappointed that I couldn't paint that supercharger. get it to match everything else. Kind of stands out a little bit, being like that silver, but I still think it looks pretty cool. So the next step, of course, is to get the suspension together. This is going to take a while because I have to buy all of the components. Because again, I couldn't salvage anything, or I could not that I couldn't salvage it, but I couldn't repair anything that was left over from the suspension at all. So this is going to take me a while to buy all the parts I need for this and assemble the suspension. All right, so I got most of the suspension finished. The only thing I have left to do is the wheels and tires, and then the front brake calipers, which I'm going to be painting as well. I think, like I said, I'm going to keep it with the red theme of the car here. So I'm going to paint those calipers red to match that. Let me get this out of here. We don't need this here anymore. Let me go back to the paint booth real quick. Paint those calipers nice shiny red. They match the rest of the car. And then I will be putting those on there. And then it'll be time to figure out what I'm doing with the wheel and tire situation. So since I'm making it a drag racer, I'm not going to be going like, I don't know. I think what I'm going to do is make the front tires really narrow, because that's what they do on drag race. That's what they do on like real drag cars. And make the rear tires really really big. We need to figure out what I'm doing there. But that's kind of the plan with that. Nice brake calipers up front, nice and red. Looks super cool. There. Alright, that looks great. Everything there, the way it should be. I've got the performance exhaust system on there and everything like that. Looking really, really good so far. Alright, so time to do the wheels on here. So let me see what came on here stock as far as the wheel sizes. So there's 16-inch wheels. I think I might just keep it the same wheel size, but just do the tires difference. And I think I paint the wheels gold as well to kind of keep with the whole aesthetic here. So let's see what rims I want to do with this car. I really like these ones here. But yeah, let's keep those 16s. I need 4 of those. Let me go ahead. Well, yeah, let me go ahead and paint those real quick. And that's cool. That's what I was hoping would happen, was that the black area of the wheel would stay black. So that's going to look really cool on this car. Alright, so now that I got all the wheels painted, I just need to buy the tires and put those on the wheels. And then get those on the car. So I'm going to go for the most grip I can. So I'm going to go with Racing Slicks. So let me do 2 of those size 16. They were profile 60 on the original car. And then 165 is the most narrow width I can put on there. So those will be the front wheels. And then 2 more size 16. It was profile 60. And then let's see how wide I can get them. 315. So not crazy wide. but still going to be, I think, pretty good for what we're doing here. So let me go ahead and install the tires on the wheels. Those look really thin to me. That's funny. Again, is what we were wanting, but it's just really funny to see them under that thin. And those are obviously much thicker. Yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. Look at the difference. That's crazy. I love it. All right, great. And then it's time to put these on here. Make sure I'm putting the big tires in the back. Look at how big those tires are back there. It's going beyond the fender flare. Perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. It's only rubbing. It looks like it's rubbing the bodywork a little bit there, but it's okay. It's probably gonna be fine. That's good. We got the wheels on. It looks so funny with those front wheels being as small as they are. But that's good. That's what we want. This looks like a proper drag car now. Maybe we should have made the front tires, the front wheels bigger to accommodate the difference in size. But it'll probably be okay. It'll probably be fine. We'll see once we get it. Actually, I want to see what it looks like when it's on the ground. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. It looks so aggressive. I love it. All right, that's perfect. That's fine. All right, so we need to put the rest of the stuff in the engine bay that we need to get everything working. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. All right, so we got all of the parts installed now. Let me just go ahead and fill everything up with the proper fluids so we can actually run. And then I'm going to put the bodywork back on, repaint the car, and then see how much power we've achieved at the dyno. All right, all filled up with fluids now. So I need to install bodywork, put seats in and a steering wheel, and then give it a proper test on the dyno. Let's see what like custom body panels are available for this car. We got a custom front bumper, a couple of custom hood options, but we're probably gonna have to go with the one that leaves access for a blower, and custom headlights and side mirrors. What's the original side mirrors look like for this car? What's like the difference there? Okay, so they're kind of the same thing, just a little bit smaller and more rectangular. And the front bumper is like matching the body color. So yeah, let's go with all the custom body options here, just for fun. Obviously, you have to go with the hood that gives us access to the blower for our supercharger, and then we need to get everything else in here because there were no body panels that we could still use left over from the original car. Fortunately. All right, let's get everything on here. All right, all body panels officially installed now. Now it's just time to get the seats in there. Or maybe I should just do one seat since it's a drag racing car. Try to go as lightweight as possible. That might be the move, because then I'm not going to be having passengers in here. So yeah, let me go ahead and just grab like a racing seat and then like a steering wheel that I can use for that. All right, so we got the front seat in and the steering wheel so we can actually drive now. Look how awesome this looks, man, with that gold gearbox and gold wheels and stuff like that. That looks so sick. Ooh, I can assemble additional parts. I can put a spoiler on here? Oh, I'm definitely putting a spoiler on here. Okay, let me see what spoiler options are available. All right, so it's a drag racer, so I have to go as ridiculous as possible with the spoiler. So I'm thinking this big guy right here. That looks like it's going to be the move. So go ahead and install this spoiler on here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that looks awesome. There we go. Okay, sweet. And now it's just time to paint this thing. I'm loving this already. This is such a cool car now. Let's get this over to the paint shop. And I think I'm gonna go candy apple red for this car. Ooh, or a chrome red. That looks pretty cool too. All right. I don't know. I'm kind of torn. I think the metallic red is probably where I'm gonna have to go. That deep red though looks pretty sick. But I like that because it kind of matches like the valve things on the blower. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with that. That looks pretty awesome. All right, that looks great. That looks really, really cool. Love the wing on there. Looks super sweet. Let's take it over to the dyno and see how much power this thing actually makes. It should be pretty impressive, I think. Listen to that supercharger whine. I love it. Oh my goodness. Look at that. 1,198 horsepower. That's nuts. And it's over 1,600 feet-pounds of torque. Oh my goodness. That's awesome. Oh, this thing's gonna rip. And that's not even fully upgraded. Yeah, dude, that's sweet. We're gonna try this. We're gonna take it to the high-speed track and see how fast this thing can get. All right, at the test track, as you can see from the inside of the car, you can see the blower sticking out the hood, painted gold, looking awesome. So let's see how. Oh, okay. Oops. Let's back it up a little bit. All right. So let's see how fast this thing can go. Wheels spinning like crazy. Oh my goodness, I can't I can't actually keep it in a straight line. Oh no, that's not good. Maybe the really skinny front tires was a bad idea. Maybe I should have thought that one through a little bit better. Well, let's try this again. Oh my god, it spins out immediately. It immediately spins out. So maybe I should shorten up the first gears a little bit and get it so it can get some traction before I do this. But yeah, it's spinning out immediately. Oh man, did I mess this up? Is this a mistake? I mean, I can do sick burnouts, so maybe that's not a mistake. That looks pretty awesome. All right, let me try one more time before I go back to the drawing board with this. Yeah, as soon as they get to like 100 miles an hour, it spins out. So that's not great. Okay. Let's go back to the drawing board with this. Maybe putting bigger front tires on it is what we have to do. Okay, so I got some bigger tires on there now. Went from like 165 to 265, so a lot more rubber on the road in the front now. It doesn't look as cool in my opinion, but hey, if it can keep it going straight, maybe that's what you need. And then I also adjusted the gear ratio a little bit, so it should be able to put a little bit more down at the outside of it. So let's see what difference that actually makes now. All right, back at the high-speed track, and let me see if I can't get some better performance this time. So it's still going straight, which is a improvement as well. I don't know what it's doing with the shifting. It's getting up to like third gear and then shifting immediately down to... I don't know what's going on. It gets up to fourth gear and shifts back down to third gear for some reason. I don't know what the deal with that is. I'm flooring it. I'm not doing anything different here. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Maybe I need to reset it to default and see what it does, but I can't get any higher than 135, which seems a little disappointing given the fact that it's got over 1,000 horsepower. So let's go back to the drawing board and see if we can't fix this gearbox. Okay, so I looked up a guide online, and this is what it showed me. I'm going to give this a try, see what happens, and hopefully I can get some better speed out of this thing. Because now that I have it going straight, I should be able to get some better speed. So let's go back to the speed track now with our improved gearbox. Hopefully improved gearbox, and see if we can't get a better top speed run. Alright. Try this again. Okay, alright. Already doing better than the time before. Okay, sweet. Okay, yeah, this is going much better. Over 200 miles an hour now. 248. Can we get to 300? Almost 300 miles an hour? 300! 300 miles an hour in a Pontiac GTO. And a sick 900 at the end there. Awesome. Alright, sweet. Yeah, this thing is a proper drag racing car now. So that works out a lot better. So yeah, if you're playing this game and having trouble tuning gearboxes for high speed, just do what I did and find a guide online, and that works really, really well. So yeah, that's a 1,200 horsepower, not Pontiac, not GTO. But yeah, this car is really sweet now. Really, really happy with the way this turned out. This is a lot of fun. But yeah, this is a game I've been playing a lot of and I'm really enjoying. So yeah, if you want to see me do more stuff in this game, just, you know, do the things that YouTubers tell you to do, and like and subscribe and all that stuff. I never tell people to do that. This is the first time I've actually said those words on this channel. But go ahead and do it if you want to, if you feel like doing that sort of thing. But yeah, thanks for watching. This is a lot of fun. I hope you liked something a little bit different this week, and I will see you in the next one.